Welcome back to the Boosted Jaden YouTube channel. Now I don't know if I've completely lost my mind or I've done the right thing. I brought myself a Nissan 370Z sports car with 332 horsepower to satisfy my hunger for power in cars. Mainly because I don't drive my TM Swift that, well, I plan to always drive. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. And I've got a Lexus V8 to show off as well. I'll post that up in a couple of days. Anyways, let's go check out this Nissan 370Z. First thing I done when I actually got the car was I did these headlights. I used the special kit on them, which you would have seen on my Instagram, and look at how they came up. They look brand new. Like, you'd think that they're brand new looking at them, and both of them. I'm so happy with how they came out. Always nice to have good looking eyes on your car. Runs V6 3.7 litre, developing 332-ish horsepower. Not a lot of room to work on it in the engine bay. And then it's got these little covers that cover things like the brake booster, ABS pump. Very clean and tidy in there. The other day I had all those plastics off because I was, checking all under here, and it's got these little, I don't know what they are, they look like canister cans with a plug on them. I wondered, are there any Nissan 370Z experts out there that can tell me what it is? I thought it might be like an airbag or something, because it's got them on both sides and they're away from the shocks. So I know that they're nothing to do with the shocks. I actually don't know what they are, but it's even trimmed out of the little panel here. This side's got the battery in it. Needs a bit of a clean on that terminal. Had this in the garage for a long time. We'll see if it works. Battery terminal cleaner. So I think you just spray it on. Oh! Anyways, I think that'll do it. All clean again, and now I'll put it does actually look a little bit better. Probably needs a wire brush on it. Anyways, I don't care about that right now. So that's the engine bay. I'll just check the oil. Well, it's got oil in it. Check the coolant, eh? Oh, it's spilling. So it's definitely got coolant in it. I'm just going to stop messing with stuff under the hood now because I'm just making a mess. It does have really nice mag wheels on it. I think the style of these does go really well with the car, with the red paint. Then it's got some wheel spacers. Big brakes on it. I don't know if I'll be able to get you in here, but I will try. There's adjustable suspension back there. I can't get my phone in there. It's hard to get access into that. I do like the Nissan Z badge, that smoked indicator look. The black mirrors, they too go with the car. Then it does have, I don't know if you can see it up close, but it has got like a carbon wrapped roof on it, which is in quite good condition. Same with the rear. It's got the nice mags, it's got the wheel spacers, it's got big brakes. There's no way I'm going to be able to get my phone in there because I can't even fit 2 fingers under there. And then at the back we've got the exhaust. I love the sound of that. It's actually got two of them. One for per side of the engine, I would guess. And even right the way to the front, there's no... well, at least the middle half, I can't see a break into a single pipe. There probably is only one pipe off the engine, but yeah, the sound of it's really good. I don't even know what brand it is. It doesn't say. That's a number. You know, normally they write something on the tailpipe. Nothing on these. That's a little spotlight. It does have a reversing camera. You can even lock it from the back of the car. That must be for a tow hook. I think to open it. No. So it does support itself, which is cool. I know it's got aftermarket shocks in the back because it's got this. So the previous owner, when he sold me the car, he told me it was on the softest setting, but the car rides, well, I don't know. It rides like a pig, to be honest. The shocks are so... they're soft. But what they do is, the car, because it sits so low, like I don't know if you can tell how low this thing sits, but it's getting pretty close to being on the ground. I am going to get it checked to make sure that it's all legal, but look down there. Look at the arms in that. They're, what, 3 or 4 inches off the ground? And the front of the car, less than a hand's width. I don't know. But I do wonder, because the previous owner told me he left it on the softest setting for his girlfriend to drive it. I wonder if I change these to the H for the hard setting and just see if it improves the way that the car drives. Because I took this into Wellington City the other day and it did not like the roads. It was hitting the ground in places. It was actually a nightmare. For a capital city country, a capital city, it's pretty crap. It's got a small boot in it. I do have the cargo blind. It's actually inside the house. And it's got, surprisingly, it does have a toolkit and a spare wheel right there. There's the cert plate. So it tells me that I'm allowed suspension and I'm allowed the spacers and get a waff, whatever. I don't know what the hell that is. I do think a rear spoiler would do the rear of the car some justice. Maybe a duck tail type. Might order one of those. It has got what I'm guessing is a rear wiper delete kit, because it's got the plug there where I think a window wiper would be, and it does have the shooter nozzle, so it must have had one. In fact, looking at those windows, I think I should get those tinted as well. And maybe, just maybe, I put louvers on the rear windows because I think it'll look cool, and louvers on these little side windows, and then have that wrapped in something custom. Put a carbon fibre bonnet on it and see where I'm at after that. Same on this side, very good condition. I like this too, it's got the proximity, so you can lock it and unlock it as long as the proximity key is in your pocket. Yes, it does have leather seat covers in it, but much to my surprise, it's got this. And then here's the remote to control it, It's actually got heated seats on it. I see the little plastic covers peeling off it. So the two front seats are actually heated. And the covers fit okay. I needed a neck rest on mine because I found with the seat back my neck was, there's a gap, so I had to bridge that, and then for my passenger a nice little one. So yeah, heated seats in the front of this thing. Could probably tidy up the wire a bit and hide that. Surprising as well that it's got the flare in it. 2018. Pretty cool, because most of these get removed when they go through MAF and New Zealand Customs. So this one would have sneaked through back in the day. I like that it's got that, because it just looks like a proper JDM car when you got the flare in the little pocket for it. Got me Cookie Monster in here. These are a bit out of place, but they look okay. Mugen Power. And then this one just made me laugh so much. You open the glove box and that's it. Like, look, what are you meant to fit in that? I mean, what was Nissan thinking? I would have just left it blank, then given you a sunglasses holder. But you can lock it at least. I guess you could put your phone and some valuables in there and lock it. In behind the front seats, got some sort of a strut brace built into the design at the back here. Little shelves, really handy to put stuff on. And in behind here is just a little holder to put the books, because, well, they don't fit in the glove box as I showed you before. I still can't get over that glove box. So you can't even fit the simplest of items in there. Yes, it is an automatic, and I am one of those people, honestly, that have never ever liked automatics. I've never ever been keen on one until this one. But this one, it's a good one. And the flappy paddle system on it, honestly, it's almost like driving a manual just without a clutch on it. It is quicker than the manual, because as you'll know, humans can't change gears quicker than what, you know, a computer can. And I quite like it, actually. Touch wood. Love that flappy paddle system and the noise that the engine makes when it revs up, when it kicks down with the exhaust. It's really, really cool. Hopefully you'll hear it later on in the video. And true story, automatics make up 90% of New Zealand's market, new car market and import market. So it kind of makes sense to give the automatic a try while I'm giving a new type of car a go. But this car, honestly, I love this car. Transmission, out of 100, I'm probably 90% there. Like, I wouldn't normally say it, but I do like this one. Got the gauges at the top there. I think you got a clock, which is wrong. I don't even know how to set that. Got a voltage gauge and an oil temperature gauge. And then it does have, yes, it does have the Japanese radio and that on it. But if I light it up, it tells me the car's a Nissan on startup. Better turn that off. I'm sick of getting into trouble for having music on my videos. This one does have disc. Does have a music box. It's got Bluetooth audio. It's got aux. It's got TV, which won't work here, only a Japanese thing, and the Bluetooth. And then AM and FM radio, achievable by band expander. You can adjust it on this little dial here. And then, or you can actually just tap the screen. And then steering controls are always really, really nice. Horn. Got those cool looking gauges on it. I actually quite like the centre stack on this thing. Gives you that kind of racy feel to it. It's got a snow mode, which to me, honestly, is like an eco mode. Hazards. Quite nice heater controls, which can actually be seen up on the screen when the car's running. If I can power it up a bit more. Oh yeah, it just comes up on that screen there. I do have a Garmin, quite hard to see, but I do have a Garmin dash camera and a slightly bigger mirror on it with another camera. Kind of looks a little discreet up there. Black hood liner. Quite like the black hood liners in cars. It says it's got an airbag. I think the seats have airbags too. And it says airbag here, and it also says it on the steering wheel. So it must have 6 airbags in it. Quite good for a sports car. My side. So like I said, it's got massive doors on it. Like, that is something that you really have to think about when you park this thing. Supermarkets and all of that, very impractical, because you can only open your door like to there next to a car. And if you're struggling to get out of it, you'll just hit the car, hit the edge on the door. And then, well, see, I'll show you this. So I'm standing here upright, and that's how much, look how low the car sits. It just sits so low. So when you go to get into it, you actually kind of fall into it, and then you're actually down really, really low, like you feel like you're on the ground. Nissan Z. Those gauges, push button start. This is something I do really like, the backup camera. I think it adds a really important feature to the car, because you get a lot of these models, and I've noticed even up until like 2018, 2019, they were still using just a standard radio here. Like, how in a late model version of this car have they taken features away from it? Like, a backup camera should be essential in every car, especially from like 2013 onwards. Push button start, that was a big reason why I bought this car as well, because you can't steal it. Whereas with a 370Z, I don't even think they're immobilised. Well, some of them aren't. It's got like a leather blue handbrake cover. I did check, it is actually a leather handbrake cover underneath, but somebody's added this aftermarket leather kind of boot to it. It's got another cigarette lighter socket in there. It's got a USB, which I wondered if it would actually play stuff on a USB on that screen. Probably. Aux input. I'm guessing that's for video, and then some big connector. I have no idea what that connector would be for. Then those kind of styled gauges here. So surprisingly, to a full tank of gas, I'm still tracking along, but I've done 481 Ks. Sounds good. I like it. And then and the flappy paddles. So when you put it into drive and you push the stick across, it comes up M1. But if you're driving it along in drive and you just pull back on it or pull up a gear, it'll just automatically engage it into that manual mode for about 30 seconds, I think it is, and then it switches off. An important thing for me is, you know, when you put a car into drive, you know, it should always move forward. And then of course, oh, those doors are so heavy. And same with backwards. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm paranoid of automatic transmissions. So this is something completely new to me, but I love it because it's a flappy paddle style. It's not shy to move. And that was a one-handed, non-sport mode takeoff. And because it's not turbo and it's not supercharged, I find being a bigger engine, the power is just, when you want the power, it's right there. Or I could just pull back on this. Hear that sound? And put your foot down. So much fun, I love it. The revs sit quite nicely at 100 k's, 2000. I like that. When you compare it to the TM Swift, these 3,200 revs at 100 k's, this thing just, yeah, doesn't use a lot of engine power at 100 k's, which is cool. But then the advantage to that is on the Swift, having such a high 100k an hour rev on the engine means that it hits boost as soon as you put your foot down. And then when you chop it down, it just throws you straight up on the 5,000-6,000 RPM. Whereas this, all I have to do is pull back on this, or just plant my foot down. I like it. Like a change down would be just pull back on it. I'm down to a quarter tank of gas. What do you think that'll cost for a full tank of gas in this? I'm going to guess about $137. We'll see. I'll show you the receipt once I've done it. I was a bit wrong with my guess. I guessed 137, but it actually came to 173. That's, yeah, a lot of money for petrol. I noticed that the gauge, when you first fill it, it takes like 1 or 2 starts to get it to register a full tank. So I can reset my K's now, back down to 0. And I think that's going to conclude this video, really. I don't think there's much more that I can show you with the car, but it is a cool car, and I really, really like this one.